So have you ever found like there's a lot more stuff to do in this business than what we planned on when we got started, right? So, you know, I think one of the questions that all of us are trying to deal with is, how do I get all this stuff done and still have a life, right? So, like, anybody can work 24/7. The trick is, how do you make the most amount of money in the least? Okay, so what you'll find is the more productive the agent, the less time they're working. Sound a little counterintuitive? Yeah. Okay, so I can do hundreds, 1,000 transactions a year, and I can work 4 days a week. How's that possible? Because it's not a big secret. So I'm going to show you first. So out of the last part of my career as an agent, it was my REO business. Okay, so here's, you could call it a CRM, you can call it whatever you want, but there's the dashboard of my business every day. So this is a screenshot as of this morning. This tells me a lot of different things, okay? And don't get all wrapped up in it. There's some core concepts here. Don't try to deep dive into the slices. And this is what I want you to pay attention to. The rest of it's just junk, okay? This is what's important for today. What this tells me at a glance is this group has 402 open tasks to complete, okay? They know exactly what to do every day. So Jeff, you actually came from this world, okay? So you used to be an asset manager with Fannie Mae, right? Mm-hmm. So the trick is, Jeff's the client. The trick is, how do I get Jeff to give me more business? So Jeff, how would I do that? How do I get you to give me more business?
Do your task and be on time with your task.
Why?
Because I've got people breathing down my neck that want it done at a certain time.
So in your world, back when you worked this job, if we got our stuff done on time or early and we got it done right, that made you want to do what?
Give me more business.
Give me more business. It's just that simple.
Because you can handle what we were giving you.
That's right. That's what he wants. That allows him to go home on time every day, which is what he wants. And when I don't get it done and he has to call me and remind me, did you ever have agents like that?
Oh yeah, constantly.
Constantly. And your attitude towards that was?
She stayed, hurry the hell up, get this done because I want it done.
Ever annoying to you that you had to call me and remind me to get stuff done?
More than once, yes. One time I'm okay if I shoot you a quick email and you get it done, but if I have to keep going after you, then yeah.
Do you care how many properties I have on the market?
Nope.
No, you really don't. He doesn't care. At one time, I mean, at my peak, we probably at any given time had 460 to 500 active listings on the market at any given time. Do you care? No, you only care about whether I'm making you work late today because I didn't get my stuff done, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, how do you do that? And how do you limit the time you work? Well, right now, I know that this group has 402 active tasks open that have to be completed. How many tasks are due today? 0. What's that mean? That means that my group is ahead of their workflow. If they had tasks that were due today that weren't completed yet, there would be a number there, but they don't. It's already done. We're ahead. Everything we do today, we're working ahead for future days. And there is no way that anything goes late without me being alerted. And that's what I manage to. So what have we got to do to be successful? When do we have to do it by? You've got to know those two things. What gets measured gets done. Okay? So if you don't have that, now most people, almost everybody in this industry, they have no way of managing their task. Okay, so then you do whatever the hell you feel like when you feel like doing it. And if I had done that with Jeff, we wouldn't have lasted very long. So, reassign. You ever have to do that? Right. Does it look like this group knows what they have to do at any given time? Yeah, they do. So how can you do that? Well, let me show you. Okay, so now we build out a coaching platform, okay, and let's find Yasleen.
Here we go.
Here we go. Now, Yasleen, when I find you here, have we opened a page for, oh, here we go. Yasleen, you get a break. Let's just do David. Okay. Okay. So David, am I going to find? Okay. So here we go. So David, I created some tasks for David because David wasn't creating any task. Okay? And here they are. So create your own introduction video and schedule a personal coaching session with me. Okay? What I note about this, David, do you have things that you need to get done this week? Like what? See?
Yeah, a ton of stuff.
Like what?
I've got to negotiate some contracts, bunch of stuff went under contract last week.
Uh-huh.
So I got to negotiate some inspections that are happening, already occurred. I've got to schedule photos for a new listing coming up this week.
How do you keep track of all that?
Task on a bunch of different pieces of paper.
What was it, 1985? So let's do this. So give me a task, David.
Schedule photos for Adams Crossing, the neighborhood out. Harry Brooks Drive is the street, if you want to put the street on there.
Is that right?
It's got to be a capital A and a capital C.
Oh, screw you. Okay, David, when do you want to complete this by?
Today. I need to get it scheduled today.
By when?
By the end of today.
What's the end of the day to you?
8 o'clock.
Okay. Okay, if it was a project, let's say David wanted to create a monthly newsletter. Okay? Well, he wants to work on it for 15 minutes a day, every day. He's not going to complete it today. Then he would enter in the project bar. Any comments you want to make? Any special little picadillos with these photos that?
There's a specific photographer I like to get. His name is Peter Amato. So make sure to get Peter Amato as the photographer and use 30-foot tripod. He does a front picture with 30-foot tripod. Use a specific photographer and do a 30-foot tripod as two. You get down there.
Okay. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I need to let the owners of the house know when it's done, so if you want to put that on there.
Why is my mouse not moving, Zoe?
That would be a different task in my book.
Oh, there it goes. There, got it. Okay. So we're not going to, okay, so let's create another one. And then you said, what about after the photos are scheduled?
Let the owners know what time and day I picked.
Okay, it'd be about the same due date.
It's that computer, it's a little touchy sometimes. I don't have a screen.
Okay. Okay, so let's just stop there. Okay, so now you got, okay. So now you got task, actions, task, whatever you want to call them, right? Now, you have a whole bunch of things to get done this week, is that right? Okay, specific task, not general categories, not like make prospecting calls. How many To who, by when, right? How many and by when. Now, you need to run your business like this. How many and by when? And if you're not answering those two questions, this isn't going to help you. We're salespeople. This isn't, you'll have to learn to love this. You need to learn to trust this. You're not going to like it at first. You're not going to want to go and do this. But see, like I do this on Sunday afternoon. I build out my tasks for the whole week. Now it becomes a game. David, you got to get this shit done by the time and date that it says you're going to get it done. And your day's not over until your tasks for today are to complete. Or if you want to really excel, like my group, you actually get out ahead of your task so that you come into today. Why? Because you know this, shit happens. Stuff will come up today that you didn't anticipate, and you're only accountable to yourself. And yourself doesn't give a damn about your bullshit excuses about why you didn't get things done today. And all the little things that come up, and we will act, any one of us, as if we're the only person that ever happens to. Like we're some victim of the world, right, that I got stuck in traffic today. So Zoe, how's that play out if you're on staff here? So if you come in at 8:40 and I say, Zoe, we start our day at 8:30. That means you are here and open for business at 8:30. And you say, but I got stuck in traffic on Warsaw Road. What is my response?
You should have left earlier.
Right. Well, it's a news flash that there's traffic in Roswell? You're shocked by this. Right. So my precious little snowflake, if you try to leave home, timing it to the exact minute, then you don't leave yourself open for the variables that happen. You're not a victim. Traffic didn't happen to you. It's more of a shock when there's not traffic than when there is, right? So you got to change your mindset. So David, your day's not over until your tasks are complete today. Now get your tasks done. And you decide, and I know this will work because you guys are harder on yourselves than anybody else could ever be on you. You decide what you need to get done this week to be successful, as that is success to you, what that means to you. Then what have you got to get done this week, and by when? Now, go in. Now you have a system for doing this. I would like to log on. Okay, I got everybody in the room. I would like to log on by the end of the day today and see that everybody's built out a whole week's worth of tasking.
Are we all in that system?
Not yet. Just the ones that are sign up for personal coaching sessions. Let's see, would Joe be here? No.
What if we do our task list on our CRM?
You can. I don't care where you do it, but if you do it here, I can engage with you and interact with it. So let me show you. She probably won't mind, but probably. So we won't tell her, okay? So let me find Mary Ann Varner. So Mary Ann is probably the most robust user. Not being a smart ass, the answer to your question is we've been using this for about 2 weeks. So if you've been in for a coaching session in the last 2 weeks, I'm adding people as they sign up for coaching sessions. So let me find, there's Mary Ann, okay? So yes, Carl uploaded a picture of himself in his Easter Bunny outfit. So we have all shapes and sizes. Okay, so this is why if you do it here, we can engage and interact. So Mary Ann's a robust user. She's built out. See how specific her tasks are? Call 3 for sale by owners. Due today by 7 o'clock. So her day's not over until that's completed. Now, does she have to wait till 7 o'clock? If she's crazy, she will, but I'd go ahead and knock that stuff out. Here's what I want you to see. When you create your own task, I can weigh in with you and give you some feedback on it. If you don't, if you do it in a CRM in a different way, then we're working independently. I won't be able to help. Okay, when we have coaching sessions now, I'll be able to observe the tasking that you put in there for yourself, and I'll be able to give you notes and feedback on them. With Mary Ann, she just had an event. We're able to communicate back and forth, fluid, ongoing, consistent coaching all the time. So she doesn't have to wait till we have a coaching session. If you're completing your task on there, you don't have to wait till we have a coaching session. I'll give you some feedback right away. Is the feedback criticism? Sometimes it will be. Sometimes it'll be, that's good, and what about this? It'll be an add-on. Sometimes it'll be a challenge, like Mary Ann, we saved her a full day of productivity, which I retranslate into, we just created another day off for her. So a couple weeks ago, she had a journal entry. So we got journal down here. This is a diary for a real estate agent. Okay? So here's what I want you to do. 3 to 5 minutes every day, preferably at the end of the day. Just enter some notes about your day. Okay? Normally, I won't post them up here for everybody to see, but I didn't think there was anything here that was ultra private for her. But she posted a thing saying, tomorrow I'm going to go to this 3-hour CE class on iBuyers. And so I poked back. So why are you going to drive an hour there, sit in a class for 3 hours, and drive an hour back home on a subject we have covered past the point of interest? And we have our own program. And she replied back and said, because I'm interested in it. I'm like, or you could stay home, call avoidance, or you could stay home, and how many productive activities could you get completed in that 5-hour period of time? And her response was, good point, I won't go to the class, I'll stay home. Right, we just saved her a whole day. A whole day where instead of telling me what happened, we're stopping it before it happens. Or you're going to have an event, you're going to have an activity, and you post it in here, or I can see it in your task, and we're able to take it to the next level so that it's even more impactful for you. In Mary Ann's case, you can either look at it like an extra day, a day that was going to be wasted turned into a day of productive activity, or because you didn't go spend 5 or 6 hours at this bullshit class, you now can take another day off because you replaced it with a productive day. That's how you sell more homes in less time. So for us, you've got to create your tasks, okay, or actions, and you should fill up your day full of productive activities. And most of us aren't. Most of us, more than half of our day is spent on bullshit, unproductive activities, chunks of wasted time throughout here. And I'm not trying to get you to be like crazy, fanatical, busy. What I want you to be is in the time that you say that you're willing to work. Work! Like, get shit done so that when you're not working, you can go to the beach this weekend, guilt-free, not on call, not with that damn phone right here all the time. Done. 4 days a week. Ask Dwayne. Lunch on Thursday, I'm out of here. I didn't even live in Atlanta. How? Well, I got really good at delegating. I'm really good at delegating. And in that time period that I said I was willing to work, I worked. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not reading, liking, and commenting on bullshit posts. I'm not going to lunch with people. I don't do lunch. Why? It takes too much time. And that time, this isn't a social club. It's not a social club. It's not, I mean, I love you guys, but what I want to get our work done, get shit done, and then get out of here. You have a 6-year-old, 7-year-old? 7 now. Hey, I love you to death. And I want you to do great this year, and I want you to get your shit done and go home and be with your 7-year-old. Great. Love to see you here today. Let's get some shit done today and get you back home to them. Greg, your kids are grown, but you have a golf course calling you. So let's get your shit done and get out of here. And quit using this as a social club. So in the time that you say you're going to work, what are you going to do today? And you need to know. My tip for you is those moments that you have when you are the most motivated, that's when you create your task. Okay? So I'm going to give you one brief glimpse of this. So last week I had to go to Las Vegas for one of these mastermind groups, and I don't like wasted time because I got other stuff I want to do. I mean, I do want to go and I want to be around these people and I want to learn and I want to steal some good ideas and then I want to get the hell out of there. They all want to hang out through the weekend and go to the casino and just, I don't have time for that. I have family and friends and hobbies and interests and things that I want to do. So, what do? I do stupid stuff. So I go, it's over at 5 o'clock on Friday, so I catch the 10:30 flight home Friday night. It lands at 5:30. They call that the red eye. Don't do that. Okay? Too old for that. Okay? But that, I was doing that, I know I did it, and I tried all week last week trying to get out of it, and I couldn't. When I booked that trip, I was at my Motivated Mike showed up that day, and I was like, well, if I get out of there by 5, let's say at 6, and I get to the airport, I can be home. I don't want to waste all Saturday traveling back. I'll already be home. I'll be a little tired, but I'll get over it. No, you don't get over it. But the mindset was kind of right. My enthusiasm just needed to be curbed a little bit. I was too efficient. Create all this week's task for yourself. What is it that if you were hiring yourself, if you were managing yourself, what is it that you would require you to do this week? It is the hardest part of what we do. Some of you saw my post that said this: independent contractor is a tax status. The only person on the planet that gives a shit about that is the IRS. It's not a state of mind. It's just the status you check on filing your tax returns. Manage ourselves. Independent contractor isn't permission to come and go like a free spirit on the wind and I do what I feel like. That's gonna make you broke. Now, manage yourself. It will be the single hardest person you've ever had to manage. Manage yourself. How do you do that? Create a week's worth of task and then honor the deal you made with yourself. And this is the last part. Like really, if we can't honor deals we make with ourselves, then what are you? And to Jeff's point, if you'll do it on here, you can do it wherever you want, just do it. But if you do it on here, I'll be able to engage with you and I'll be able to help because I'll be able to see it. I get an alert. The alert would say, Mary Ann's created a new action. And then I see them and I go, well, that's bullshit. How much and by when? And she's like, that's right. I need to say exactly how many? Yes. How will you know that you're done? Well, by when? I don't know what time today I'm going to do it. I know if you were your own boss, what time would you be telling you to get this done? Zoe, I need this done by noon. It's usually not a suggestion, right? Right. Do it to ourselves. Make sense? Questions?
I want one.
You want one what? You have to sign up for a coaching session. Well, are you in here? If I look for you, am I going to find you?
You should. We've rescheduled a few times.
Oh, there we go.
That might be.
Yeah, because you're special.
Oh,
It's complicated.
it is.
Great.
Mike, on that system, can you put in future tasks? Like, for example, if you know that you've got a closing coming up in 35 days and you know there are specific tasks that you'll have to do along that time frame, can you put those tasks, like can you enter it today put it in there, but something that you'll schedule for next week, Monday, as an actual action item.
So you'd put your task right here under action, okay, and then the due date. So you can schedule it as far out as you want to.
Because the one thing that it appears that would help, and correct me if I'm wrong, but then on Sunday or Saturday, whatever it is, you're not having, a lot of the activities are already scheduled because they're scheduled as events come up. You're entering things that are going to happen going forward,
Right.
as opposed to having to,
So
thank you.
you could just do just like I'm going to do. I'm going to make her call me and wish me happy birthday next year. This is the worst mouse in history.
It is.
It is. Okay? There. She's going to wonder where the hell that came from. But could you do the same thing when you have a past client? Could you schedule their wedding anniversary and their kid's birthday and their dog's birthday and all this stuff? And wouldn't they be impressed that you remembered that it was
Come on,
Max?
Clyde.
Clyde. Max would be a better name.
I'm not going to tell him that.
But wouldn't it be cool if I could remember Clyde's birthday?
It'd be cool if I could remember.
You know what? You want to really make an impact on people? Remember their kids' birthdays. If I can remember Jaden's birthday, Mom's going to like me. And those of you that have kids, Walt Disney proved this to the world. If my kids like you, I like you. If my kid doesn't like you, you're out. So yeah, you can schedule these out. Leah, did you have?
No, we're just waiting to him.
Oh, point and a half. Okay.
So that'll allow us to go in, and we have access to that once we sign up for a code. So,
Yeah. So this is how we manage ourselves. And this is how you do it. Like your success, you don't get to choose that. You don't get to choose how much money you're going to make this year. Everybody does this. It's why these big whys and picture boards and all that kind of bullshit that we're going to get into, watch all the stuff that comes out, goal setting and business plans and picture boards, it just goes on and on. It never works. It never works. And everybody that's ever been on a diet, which I'm going to guess if we're a typical population is everybody in the room, they don't work. Why? You don't get to choose to lose 20 pounds. You don't. It doesn't work that way. You get to choose what you're going to eat and do every day. That's all you get to choose. And the result of those activities over a consistent period of time will lead you to the 20 pounds. But I just don't get to choose to lose 20 pounds. You know why? Because it's too big. It's too big. It won't last. You get up and work out every day, 7 days a week. Is that still true? Okay, that's what she gets to decide. Having arms like that, she didn't decide to have arms like that. She just decided to get up and go work out every day. And the result was arms like that, right? I decided to eat a cheeseburger every day. And the result of that is me. So you can choose to do the activities that make you look like her, or you can choose the activities that make you look like me. You get to choose, but don't think that there's not a choice in there. And this is why I'm a big fan of having a business plan. And I'm a big fan of having goals. But I can't keep my goals in front of me every day, because if my goal was to lose 20 pounds, let's be real. The first time I get tired and hungry, I don't give a shit anymore. There's Wendy's. I'm going to get me a single cheese with everything on it, including mayonnaise and some fries. And then about 10 minutes after I eat it all, now I'm going to get back on my diet. Right. Because when I was tired and hungry, that big why wasn't so big. What can I be focused on? I could be focused on just eating healthy every day and in the right portions. I could. Or I could just try to be so motivated and dynamic that I didn't eat that. But who is that person? Who's so motivated and dynamic that their big why just keeps the fire burning 24/7? I don't know. That's crazy talk to me. So use your actions and your task to drive your behavior every day and honor deals that you make with yourself. So you're a big ninja person. That's all this is.
That's exactly what this is.
Right. The whole damn book is about getting tasks done every day. Guess what? Zoe's job is about getting tasks done every day. Do you have a whole bunch of stuff you have to get done today? Good answer. Right. She's got to get it done. She doesn't get to go home until it's all done. Right? Some days you get to go home on time. Some days you have to work late. Right. If we do that, we get to that wherever it is you want to go to. I'll just contend this. The more you want to do, the bigger this list is every day. And the earlier you need to get up and get started on getting it done. You don't want to do that much, your list won't be that long at all. But everybody should have a list.
If you have reoccurring events, the same things happen, like call 3 quiz photos, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. How many weeks out do you schedule those tasks? Or do you do 1 or 2 weeks at a time?
Many as you want. I like trying to keep it to a week to 10 days at a time. Okay? Here's what I want. Now, maybe this is just me, or maybe some of you share this dysfunction with me, okay? I want, so I'm just going to completely exit out of here. Okay, and I close, no, there it is. Except I can't get it to work. I want this, like Friday afternoon, about 4, I want that 0 and that 0. I want everything done. And you know what that means? That means I can go to dinner Friday night feeling pretty good. I can get up Saturday, I got my work done. These people working 24/7, I contend they're not working 24/7. I contend they're on call 24/7. They're not getting their shit done during the time they said they were going to work, so they're always working. And the worst of it all is this gnawing sense that you aren't free. You got stuff left you got to get done. It's like, remember like when you were in school and you know you needed to study, but I'll do it this afternoon, I'll do it in the morning, then I'll do it in the afternoon, then I'll do it tonight. And then that just rolls. Yeah, you're always putting it off to a later time. And this is the problem with that. It's on your mind. It's gnawing at you. Greg, your wife wants you to do a task around the house. Okay, I'll do it this afternoon. Just go ahead and do it now. Because she's going to be looking at you like, yeah, like I do this with Jane. She'll say, can you do this? And I go, yeah, I'll get to it. And she'll go an hour later, did you do that? And I'm like, do I have to do it on your time schedule? If I just go ahead and, well, you know, if I just go ahead and do it, it's done. It's not weighing on me. It's not accumulating. If I want to go into the weekend, it's an amazing. Is there anybody a list maker in here? Okay. So for list makers, watch. What is the most satisfying part about making lists? Oh, it is just like it's awesome. That's all we're doing here. You're just doing it in a way that you can see it on your phone, you can see it on your pad, you can see it on your laptop, and it's 2019, right? So like that's got to go.
You're accountable.
That's right.
Okay, maybe you should update the sticky notes.
I think get rid of sticky notes because those are bad.
But the most important part about being accountable, you're not accountable to me, you're accountable to you. It's what you said was important to get done so you could reach the goals that you set for yourself. Hey, newsflash, I don't give a shit. I care about you as a person, but Leanne, really, how much money you want to make this year doesn't impact my life one little bit. Good for you. What can I do to help you get there? But they're your goals. It's going to be your money. It's your business. It's your future. It's not mine. So trick yourself if you want to, but you're just cheating at solitaire. You have to look at it and say, I said these things were important, and I didn't do them. What's going on with that? I mean, you really have to ask yourself, if these things really are important, I said they were important. Mike didn't say they were important. I said it to myself. Then why aren't I doing things that I thought were important for me? It's a wonderful exercise, but I will promise you it will set you free in this business if you will start approaching it from task management point of view and realizing that the tasks are the building blocks that will get you to where you want to go. And stop paying attention to all the bullshit that's going on out there. There's a lot of it. They don't know what they're talking about. Questions?
Is there an app for the couch coach?
I was getting ready to ask you. What's it called? Coach Connected? Connected Coach?
Coach Accountable.
Coach Accountable.
Now, eventually, the goal is a year from now, it looks a lot more like this. It'll measure a lot more things. For right now, if we did all this, it would just completely freak you out. Okay? But start with the action points and the journal entries, the real estate diary. Okay? Just make 3 to 5 minutes worth of notes every day. You can block me from seeing it if you want to. It'll ask you, do you want to allow me to see it? You can block me if you want to, in which case I won't be able to help. But when you make a journal entry, I get pinged. It'll say, David's made a journal entry. And I'll click it. And sometimes I'm just sitting at home watching the Braves game, and I'll click and I'll say, well, let's see what this psycho had to say today. And he'll have some things there. And sometimes I won't engage, and sometimes I'll be able to offer you a thought or a tip or something to help. If you're having trouble getting your tasks done every day, that's a good observation. I had a lot of trouble getting my tasks done today. I can help with that if I know that's what's going on, if you'll be honest enough with yourself. Greg does this in his business. You've got your task as your customer. I was being task managed. Every day it would tell me, hey, Mike, in a really nice, appropriate way, this is what it would say. Hey, Mike, here's the shit you got to get done today if you want to close on time. Okay, so if you don't do it, don't bitch at us. But it was very much more polished up than that. It was very nice. But I'm like, hey, he's task managing me. That's fine. I'm really good at getting tasks completed. And if you get really good at getting tasks completed, you'll watch your productivity jump. But more important than that, you will make a lot more money. You will, because you'll get the stuff done that needs to get done. But you will sleep better at night, and when you're not working, you will notice it. You will feel better, you'll be freer, and you'll be able to measure that by the reaction of the people around you. They'll notice it. They'll say things like, something's different lately. Yeah, what you're teaching them is, no, when I'm at work, I get my stuff done, so don't bug me while I'm at work unless it's an emergency. But when I'm not at work, I'm done. I'm in the moment with you. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay, great.